Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers. I'm looking this morning at a book from Informer and the Lloyds list. It's this book here. It's called Places of Refuge, International Law and the CMI Draft Convention by Professor Eric Van Hooydonk. You can see the book is very much part of the structure of the Informer publications. Paragraph numbers at the sides, plenty of footnotes, some useful very detailed information on materials at the front, and then at the back you've got the standard index and so forth, in something like about just under 500 pages. It's a detailed book, and it's one that is in fact invaluable in our view. There's a Flickr review available which I've written with my wife Elizabeth, and we've given the title, quote, "A magnificent and timely," unquote, work concerning places of refuge for ships in distress. And the important thing to bear in mind is that you do need places of refuge, because you're not just dealing with people, you're dealing with elements. You're dealing with the sea in this case, and I can foresee in future generations we would need places of refuge certainly outside this planet and within the solar system and elsewhere in the longer term. So it's useful to have some basic rules about how we operate. So if you're professionally involved at the moment in the world of shipping, transport and maritime law generally, whether as a practitioner, student or academic, you need this invaluable work of reference from Lloyd's list, in our opinion. It addresses one of the thorniest and most topical issues pertaining to worldwide shipping, the problem of what to do about and where to put a vessel foundering in distress off a coastline. Certainly this is a matter which has confounded national and city-states since the early days of sail. Significantly, in the opening pages, the author, Professor Hooydonk, quotes Pliny the Younger, who we believe chronicled the eruption of Vesuvius in AD 71, and who applauds the construction of a port on the Italian coast, now known as Citta Vechia, as a safe haven that would save countless lives. Just goes to show how long and longer the problem has been with us, and which almost 2 millennia later has acquired new and often horrifying dimensions due to security issues and the risk of environmental pollution, just to name a couple. It's the reluctance of many coastal states to agree to and adhere to specific legal arrangements for governing ships in distress, which persists as a vexed issue worldwide, and in which the CMI, which is the Committee Maritime International, has sought to address in the form of the CMI draft instrument. It's the author then, Professor Eric Van Hooydonk, who presented a paper at the 2004 Vancouver conference, which was entitled, quote, "The Obligation to Offer a Place of Refuge to a Ship in Distress, a plea for granting a salvage reward to ports, and an international convention on ports of refuge." A long title, but you see where he's getting at. The paper has provided the legal underpinning for the work which the CMI continue to do today, and it's obviously very important that we get international consensus. So in just under 500 pages in this book, it presents a detailed analysis of the CMI draft instrument in all its aspects. At the same time, it examines developments within the IMO and European states, together with a review of current international law and a summary of leading papers and commentaries on this topic written over the last 20 years. And again, I think it's because it's brought it all together that makes it a very valuable publication, very much in tune with Lloyd's list anyway. The scholarship involved is precise and formidable, and in this copiously footnoted work you'll find the expected and useful research tools, including extensive tables of international instruments, EU legislation and general legislation, as well of course as tables of cases and an extensive bibliography, which gives you the depth of learning that comes from the author. As is pointed out in the foreword, this is an invaluable source of information and knowledge, not only about CMI draft instruments, but about the enormous international legal source material that exists but which so far has been very difficult to access. And that's as compelling a reason, in our view, as any to rush out and purchase this book. So can I thank Informer and Lloyd's List, and also to Eric Van Hooydonk for an excellent work, again of the highest standards which we expect. Thank you so much. Bye bye.